What is up, people, and welcome back to Infinity Games, where I've got a bit of a news update for you all. Been a while since I've actually filmed anything that made it out. I kind of want to talk today about where I've been, what's coming up, why it's not really been a thing that's been going on, despite the fact that I've been telling people that I've been working on about 50 million different projects. So, we'll start simple. Where have I been? So, over the last few months, I have finished university. I got busy with my dissertation. That bit's pretty clear for why there was nothing coming out during that period. I that was all just hell. We've had a bit of a nightmare with it all, but it's all over. I'm done with uni. I'm done with uni now. That does raise the question of what I'm going to wind up doing, like, with the channel now that I have a bit more free time. I don't know how much longer I'm going to have more free time. It's one of them. Everything's kind of up in the air at the moment, but yeah, so that's where I've been. Throughout the month of July, I'd been working on various things, and the most important one that kind of went tits up was I was going to do a Switch 2 video, which at first it was going to be first impressions, and then it was going to be the first month's impressions, when it took me too long to get sorted for the release of that. And then I just kind of said, none of what I've got is great. I've still got, like, the footage and stuff. So, at some point, I guess I could do something with that. But honestly, it's not a big deal. I didn't have a lot to say anyway. So, that's why that didn't come out. And then I went to go and edit something. I can't remember exactly what I was trying to do. I think I was just editing a silly little piece of footage to upload to Twitter or something. And I went to do that. I went to use Premiere, as I always do, and it was playing me up. So I couldn't fix that. I have heard since taking a sledgehammer to crack a nut, so to speak, that there was something I could have done, but I'll probably have a look at sorting out software soon. But then there's the other problem that I've been having, and this is why the DK Bonanza video that I was working on, my first hour playing that, well, that never came out. The issues with my computer that I was having back in fucking the last 3 years, the issues that I was having where I was unable to use, well, where I was unable to play games on my computer, really. Like, weirdly enough, Project 64 isn't part of that, and believe me, I'm quite relieved. By the way, I've had to get another controller. Can you just see how impressed I am that I'm still having all these tech issues? Genuinely, the only person with worse luck than me with tech is Kadikrus. So, Premiere's fucked, my computer's fucked. I'm going to sort out my computer over the weekend, hopefully, to try and resolve this issue. And honestly, I don't really need... I don't know. I then was having a severe lack of motivation, so any project that I had in the works, I wound up giving up on. Which I'm not really happy that I did. I try not to give up on projects entirely. And that brings me on to the next point. Because the one project that I was really excited to get to work on this year was reworking the Phasmophobia video that I was supposed to do last Halloween. That I got all the footage for, all the B-roll that I needed. I had an entire script written. And then... yeah, so I'm trying to think of the best way to put this right now. Regarding the Four Swords, the team is undergoing a radical restructuring. And it's kind of splitting into two pieces now. Currently, all that's left is the Triforce Trio. Me, Josh, Ella. You know. Standard stuff. The three of us have all sorts of plans for things we want to do. I want to get a first video of the three of us out within the next couple of weeks if I can. And we're looking at a new member for the Four Swords. Long-time friend of the channel, my best mate Sean. Whether or not that winds up going the way I plan, God knows. But that is the plan right now. Whether we'll get a lot out this year, I don't know. It comes down to a lot of different factors, and you know, my plan is, as always, to play Four Swords with the Four Swords. That has never actually happened before. We haven't even played it off camera. Like, we genuinely are terrible for this. So yeah, so the Four Swords is changing. The Triforce Trio is pretty much what most of those videos are going to be now. That is the name that we've decided on, by the way. There's been a lot of discussions about where we go from here. And yeah. That's kind of where we're at with this. So, I want to bring up a couple of other projects that I've been working on. So, this year I decided I was going to try my hand at writing. I'd done a little bit of it last year. Not that I ever released what I was working on, but I did a little bit of stuff last year with bloody what's it called? Regarding, sorry, brain completely fucked. I had a Star Wars fanfiction I was writing. It was stupid as all fuck. But anyway, that was kind of like a test for me to see if writing was something I actually enjoyed doing, and I do. So I had some ideas for a story, and I started working on that. I've done all sorts of plans and stuff for it. That's called The Land That Dreamers Forgot. So yeah, I quite like what I've got for that, but like, I'm having some trouble writing it, and once again, something tech related comes into the factor, as I've been working on Word, and Word doesn't like me now. Or rather, Word won't like me in about 6 days' time. So, I've been doing that. Don't know if you'll ever get to see The Land That Dreamers Forgot. I hope you will. I haven't worked out on a release thing yet. Like, I might... see, I went against my rules, and I got a Tumblr. I don't really use it for much. I kind of use it to like keep track of watch lists and stuff. Like, for example, I posted a thing about the fact that I was supposed to watch Stargate Charmed, Red Dwarf, all sorts. And yet I've bypassed all of them in favour of Smallville. So I didn't finish a single one of the shows that I was supposed to be watching on there. Story of my life, though, really. So, yeah, I've been kind of keeping track of... So I've been doing all of that. That's all fine. There's nothing to really worry about regarding all of that. Like, if I get the videos done, I'll get them done. Like, if I get the books done. The other thing with the writing stuff is that I was going to work on a Doctor Who series, which I think... I'm not sure I'm doing it for the right reasons. I think I'm trying to prove a point a little bit, and seeing as I'm a novice writer, not sure the point's going to work. That said, like, I do have ideas for the series. It's just writing a series opener is very, very difficult when you have to. Thanks, game. When you have to introduce all these elements. So if I actually get that done, that'd be great. You'll hear lots about that project if I get any further through it. I'm looking at odds are I'll release them one at a time. And I have actually got an AO3 ready. I'm so out of practice on this game. So yeah, so that's something that I'm looking into doing. But like I say, the first story is giving me some serious grief at the moment, so you'll have to bear with me if you're actually interested in reading that. So I am working on writing. The other thing that I'm thinking of doing is reviving the Mario 64 review. That was supposed to be a part of a new format of video that was tied very, very specifically to the N64 betas video, which I'm aware was kind of a mess in terms of like editing. I was informed that the audio wasn't where it ought to have been, which is funny because like I didn't notice while I was actually rewatching during editing. Anyway, I am still interested in videos of that format, and I have all sorts planned, but whether or not we ever get to do it now, I don't know. A part of me wonders if the moment's passed for me being heavily involved on YouTube. It's like every Zelda month I have all these ideas, and I maybe get through 2 of them. It is just difficult. I'm not great at all of the I'm just not great at any of this, like, so we'll see anyway. It's not like a massive, like, this isn't a quitting video. I thought that if I ever did like an update video that was about the future of this channel, it would be. But it's not. So, point is, it's been a while because of tech issues mostly. Force Swords is changing, and I've been working on writing. Regarding the Dead Space series, so funny story about that. I did that, deleted the game, and refunded it. But then a few weeks ago, I thought, you know what? Let's pick it up again. Let's have it. I'll try and play. I haven't reinstalled it yet. I'm not going to until I know my computer's back in action, and I want to play Silent Hill 2 before I do any of that anyway. Not very far in that. So I might restart the save file so that I can film it if I get my shit together first. Yeah, so we've got all sorts that we could be doing. But, sorry for all the I didn't really plan this out properly. I thought, you know, speak straight from the heart, and you're all good. I clearly have not watched one of my videos before. So, regarding anything for the future, though, I'm perfectly happy to continue with the channel, but it will definitely be a bit less of a focus. Which, you know, it was never really my key thing anyway. The only year that I really had lots and lots of videos coming out was 2020. Let's face it, we all know why that happened. So, yeah. Another idea I've got for the future of the Four Swords is that there's a possibility of rotating membership. So, motherfucker. Ugh. This is ridiculous. So basically, the reason that I'm having so much trouble with this all of a sudden is the controller. Oh, fucking hell. So, yeah, I'm sorry you had to see that just then. I'm getting used to this new controller. You know, it doesn't have all my settings that I had for... You know, it took me forever to get my Tribute 64 in the position that I wanted it. I'll look at sorting it at some point. But now, so, yeah, so... That's pretty much it for important update stuff. I can't tell you what's next up because I don't know. Pure and simple. I was thinking of pre-recording a Zelda month video, but I don't really know if I want to do that yet. It's hard to tell because, like, it's a reaction to a fan film. But it's one of them. I don't like long reactions. I know I could have fooled people, but the only ones that I've ever really liked doing are the advertisement ones, and even that, like, that never really succeeds on the channel, so yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. Thanks guys for your continued support. I know that this channel doesn't really do anything, but like, I do want to pick it back up by the end of the year. But I gotta focus on fixing the computer first. Hopefully resetting the graphics card will do what I need it to. Cheers guys. See you around.